Hi juniors, today we're going to create your CommonApp account. So you're going to go to commonapp.org and click create an account. You're going to click on first, you're going to type in using your school email address, and then obviously you will create your own password, making sure it's one that you will remember. Your first or given name will be your legal name, and then your last name would be your family name. So my family name is Alan, so Alan would go here. And my first name is Kendra, so that will go here. If you have chosen to use an English name, you will not put that here. You will put this somewhere else. Make sure that you're using it like your name as it appears on your official documents. So what it appears on your passport or your ID, you'll put it here. And then your phone number, your date of birth, you will add your address. And if you don't know your address, you can just put the school address. They don't normally mail you things. Occasionally they'll mail you something that is like an acceptance letters, like if you've been accepted somewhere, but schools don't normally mail you things. Are you currently based in the EU? You will say no. You are planning to start college in, 2023. You plan to start college in 2023. You can choose on these two things, but you do have to click this box and then you'll create an account. I have one already created, so let me get back to mine and log in. Now mine's going to look slightly different than yours because I've created this account already and I already have schools in here, so let me remove these schools real fast so it looks different for you, or it looks similar to yours. So when you log in, it'll look something like this. You'll see your email address, and right here is your CommonApp ID number. So you can only have one CommonApp account because you have this CommonApp ID number. You are going to be linking your CommonApp account with BridgeU, and when you link them, all the documents that I send will be associated with your CommonApp ID number. Now this is a practice account, so this number doesn't really apply to anything, but yours will. So if you have two CommonApp accounts and you are submitting your stuff through the one that is not linked with BridgeU, your documents from me are not going to be put into your application folder because they are going to look at this application ID number and think that you're two different people. And what happens is universities, once they find out that you have two different CommonApp ID numbers, they're going to think that you're cheating and trying to work the system. And so you don't really want that. So you can only have one. So if you're working with an outside agent, make sure that you tell them that you were creating one with me, okay? Now up along the top, you've got these different little tabs that you need to work on. So right here, we're going to go to CommonApp. So here you will fill out your information, right? You will fill out your information. Again, right here will be your legal first name and then your legal last name. And then you can say that you like to go by a different first name, and this is where you would put your English name if you would prefer to go by that. Here, this one is if you've changed your name legally. So maybe your name is Sally Jones and you decided to change it to Betty Jones, okay? Okay, so you can say that you don't see our address in here, and then you'll push continue. I'll change this. And then you can say you have no alternate address, or you can change the address somewhere else. And then you have your contact details. Another thing to add is we'll come over here to education. And then you're going to add our school. And you can search it by using the CEEB code, or you can use like our school name to search for that. Then you will select the date that you first started at ISD. So I believe for you, if you are a current junior, the class of 2023, I believe your first start date might have been August of 19, I believe. We are not a boarding school. However, if you did transfer in, like say your junior or your sophomore year, you would put that date in here as well. Did you or will you graduate from the school? This should be yes. Graduation date will be May of 2023. You will select no change unless for some reason you've skipped grade, or maybe you are being held back a grade. If you've attended other schools, you will select how many other schools you have been to, and then you will add those schools on here. Okay. And then we're going to go to college search. And then I would like you to add a school. And it doesn't have, it can be any school. You can remove it later. So I'm going to just add Northeastern because it's this first one. Okay, so I'm going to add Northeastern. And then I'm going to go to my colleges. Once I'm at my colleges, I'm going to select the down arrow and go to Recommenders and FERPA. Now again, this is going to look different for me because I've already done this, but you're going to have a button here that says fill out or complete or sign the FERPA release, okay? And then you're going to select that, and you're going to read through this, and basically this means you have a right to privacy and that you don't have to share your information. Why we're asking you to sign your release is so that I can send your official documents to these schools. If you don't sign this waiver, I cannot send your documents. And then schools also kind of see this as a sign that maybe something might be off between you and the school. So you're going to read through this and select I have read and I understand what the FERPA release authorization means. You're going to click on I acknowledge. And then you're going to click on I waive my right and I understand. And then you're going to sign it in Pinion. And then you're going to date it. And then you're going to click Save and Submit. Okay. Do not request teachers on CommonApp. If you submit an invitation through CommonApp for teachers to write you letters of recommendation, what happens is it prevents me from sending documents through BridgeU, which is how we submit all official documents. So if you say request Mr. Dalal on here, anyone that Mr. Dalal has written a letter of recommendation for will also be affected. And I cannot send his documents, but I'm not sending them through CommonApp, and neither is he. So make sure that when you fill this out, you do not create a recommendation for teachers or myself, okay? Because it only goes through BridgeU. You do not need to invite using CommonApp. And then when you're filling things out, as long as there's a check mark, well, we'll go back over here because there's an example. As long as there's a green check mark, that means you're done. So over here, each section, you'll get green check marks along here, like on the profile. You can see these two things are complete, so they've got green check marks. When all of these have green check marks, then the profile will have a green check mark. And then you need to make sure you go all the way down on that one. And then on applications, you can see that they have their questions and they have their own green check marks to fill out. Okay? Please let me know if you need any help.